I think it's going to be 60 almost. But it is President's Day. So everybody's coming down for President's Day to see one of our greatest presidents, I guess, Abe Lincoln. So there's a lot of action on the mall today. Maybe I'll show you a little bit here on the other side. It's really hard. The people are so far out there. It's hard to see, but they're everywhere. Anyway, what I want to talk about today is that, everybody, particularly for business grants, they say, well, you talk to the SBA and other people like that, and they'll tell you about the normal things. But getting money is to find how to use the unusual things to get money, because that's where the opportunities are. Not what everybody else is doing, but what everybody else doesn't know about. And the world is so big, there's plenty of that to live on. Now, this is a grant for business. It's through the Department of Labor, and it's in every state has it, okay? And you could get $100,000, $200,000, or whatever. But it's under something called the training grant. So it doesn't say starting a business, but it is. So you're never going to see that. So that's why you have to dig into seeing things, what the government has, and how you could take advantage of them for your situation. It may not have been there for your situation. I mean, I've seen people use this like, they want to start a business, So they do. They need a skill to start a business. So they want to be a massage therapist, let's say. Well, you could get money from this training grant to be a massage therapist so you could start a business, okay? That's it. Or maybe you have a business and you need to learn how to some marketing software, so you could get customers, or learn the internet for you to get customers or something like that. Well, and there's a course that will cost $5,000 for you to do that. Well, this is a place where you could get that grant money, to train you or your employees or whoever, so you know how to get more customers. You want to teach people how to call people on the phone and sell your product, okay? So you want to send them to a course to do that, or send yourself to a course. Do that. Doctors, I know, they want to learn a new medical procedure, and it costs $10,000 to learn that procedure so they can get more customers, okay? They pay for something like that. See, it is not what you think it's, not what maybe the title is, but how you could use it. That's why, that's what government programs are all about. See, they're done by a committee on Capitol Hill, and they say it's for this, but you have to be clever to find out how they thought it was for something else, but when you read the title, you could use it. Like my favorite story is HUD has something called the Urban Homesteading Act. Well, if you look at that, and what it really is houses for $1. So if you want to invest in a house, and here's one for $1, but it's not called that, and so you pass right over it. That's why it takes patience, it takes time, it takes digging, and that's what Let's Go Help is about, is that we teach you constantly about things like this. We have sessions a couple times a week now where you can learn from other people. I just did a video I put up about one of our customers and a member, got screwed by a dental grant, okay? Well, that's a problem with going on Google. You're going to put in dental grants and you get all these people that really scams. And unfortunately, professional dentists are part of this. And in other words, what they're doing is upping the price. They give a grant, that is part of the price, but you're paying twice the price for the the work. And so that's why you have to stay away from Google. So, okay, here's how to find this grant for you. You're an employer. You have a small business, but you're an employer. You also work for you. and that's important. So the employer, as you want to go to your career one-stop center. And you want to know what kind of help is there for businesses. So you contact your county career one-stop center. It's for getting a job, but also for businesses. It's also for businesses to train employees and train themselves or whatever to get customers. So instead of getting a $10,000 grant to buy advertising, you could get a $10,000 grant to train yourself to how to do it. And that's it. So there's always more than one way to do anything in life. But we're all just so programmed. And see, if you have a problem like grant for business, then there's millions of people on the internet say, hey, I'll give you money, I'll show you how to get grants for business or whatever. And that's just a part of the problem. You have to get deeper. You have to learn the source and find out how to use the source, and that's what you have to do. And it's by taking time. You can't solve problems quickly. I mean, everybody wants to get out of debt. Well, it took you years to get into debt, and now you have to take your time to get out of it and learn the system on how to use it to get out of debt. Somebody probably, I'll get out of debt, and they're going to take half the money that you could use to get further out of debt. But because you don't know your options, you're going to take that because it sounds like a life raft. No, it isn't. It's just a way for them to play on your problem and insecurity and worry and stress and everything to promise you a golden parachute that you bite into, and in effect you really get further in debt. Or there's a place that you could get out of debt a lot faster and not cost you anything. And that's what the internet is all about. It's about playing off your fears, your insecurities, and your lack of knowledge about how complex our society is. You have to take the time and slowly learn the complexity because you could use it. It's sort of like driving a car. That was complexity, right? But you learn how to do it, right? The internet was so complex, but you learned how to do it. Or computers. Where do I look in the state of Illinois and the city of Aurora? Well, your career one-stop centers, okay? Career one-stop. And what you're looking for as an employer, not as getting a job. See, there's two sides of that. They help people who want to get a job, and they help organizations that need talented people. Well, you're an entrepreneur. That's your organization. You need talent to get business. So how you can use that to do that, okay? And that's what it's about. It's in every state. It's the SBA never even tells you about it. That's what really pisses me off. They'll say, hey, there's no such thing as grants. Here it is in every state. People don't realize. See, but it's being creative, and that's why when you're looking for something and trying to find a grant or whatever, and you can't, well, you have to use that negative, to stretch your imagination. That's why I always say, don't ask for money. Don't ask for a grant. Go to these people and say, hey, I have a small business. I'm an employer. How can you help me? Don't say, I need $10,000 to get business. No, you go and say, I need help to grow my business. Can you help me? How can you help me? Because they may even say, well, they have training money. They don't have a grant for your business. Well, fuck, it is. They just don't have this right sign on it. So you have to tell them, you have to be nimble in your mind. And do this and use it for, you just have one, it's sort of like, I want a date to have sex. So if you go saying, I want to have sex, you're not even going to get a date, right? So that's what having is wanting a grant. I want a grant. It's like meeting somebody often, I want sex. No, you do, okay, that's legitimate, but it's not a good way to get sex, is by walking up to strangers and ask them for sex. Well, actually, somebody did that to me just a couple of days ago. I was shocked. LMFAO, what is that? Laughing my fucking ass off? Is that? But it's true, and that's why in getting help, people don't want to help people who are greedy and just want to have sex, okay? Remember that. They want to help people and have sex people who are nice and give them comfort, and it's the same with grants, So that's why the key to this is asking for help, not asking for sex, or grants. I'm sorry. I get confused now. What's the difference? Well, we know sex is awfully nice, and we certainly enjoy it, but it's not a way to get it. I guess it is, but it's not a good way to get it, in a more secure way. And there's more help out there than you can ever think of. Sort of like this grant I'm talking about. That's a training money. That's not a grant. Shit, yeah, it is. It's money for you to get customers. And that's what it is. I'm confused now. I appreciate that so much. It makes so much sense. Well, it's because I'm stupid. And I just try to see things. Everybody tries to have names by something they're not. And there, by the way, with disability, there's a lot of programs for people with disability. There's special programs for, starting a business for people with disabilities. I'm just running into a lot of nonprofit organizations that give free dental care for people who have disabilities. Don't Google a grant in Google. I just think that's the kiss of death. And the video I just put up, see how that screwed these people who wanted grants for dental work. You can't do that, please. What you want to do is find people to help you with dental work, not give you a grant, because then that plays on your greed. That plays on your, lizard instinct. I have no feeling in my right hand. And what about that? Use your left hand. But you have a health care problem with that? Okay, well, you got to go see a clinic. Go see. Call your county health department, your county department of health, okay? Or go here, needy, NEEDYMEDS.org. Needy, NEEDYMEDS.org. That's Needy Meds. You want to go there and looking for free and local health clinics. I mean, they're all over. And then actually, I'm going to a sliding scale dental clinic. I don't want to go. These people in D.C. will charge me $5,000. I'll get it for a fraction of that. And I want to see how that system works. So that's why I use it. But it's out there, and this is what we do at letsgohelp.com, is a wheelchair van. If you're actually, I gave a list of people with, if you're a Let's Go member help, we have a list, like 500 programs in every state for people with disabilities. So if you're a member, get that. If you're not, then go to letsgofreehelp.com. Letsgo.com is where we charge $20. Letsgofreehelp.com is where it's free, and there's a lot of the same stuff as there. So you teach us, it's 37 videos on every aspect of life, where to go locally to get help that's free, whether money or services. And there's 37 videos, all for free. All you need is put in your email address, and you can we'll take it off your list anytime you want. But we have a report on Let's Go Help called META, M-E-T-A grants report. And that has gazillions of lists for every subject. You need help buying a car or repairing a car. Well, it shows you all the free programs for that. You need help on anything with healthcare. Getting out of a healthcare bill. Getting free condoms. I'll show you anything. For that, because if you're going out looking for sex, you need free condoms, right? The government even gives you free condoms. Now, how about that? What a great country, isn't it? And life is funny. There's a lot of funny shit happening, but a lot of bad stuff happening too. So that's why you got to realize there's fun stuff out there if you work at it, and the bad stuff is going to happen. You can't get out of that. If you're going to be a human, bad shit is going to happen to you, whether you like it or not. So you just got to roll with those punches, get your ass up again, and hope for the best next time. And that's what we do. it's constantly giving you other possibilities. You have to have possibilities. Once you run out of possibilities, you're out of the game. And that's why there are so many possibilities. All we know are the possibilities of people who want to get money from you. And you don't want to do that. And that's important. Oh, somebody just texted us they won the grant. We just announced our grant winners for February 4th deadline. And finally got it out. It takes us about 2 weeks. But the next deadline is March 4th. So we're going to give out $60,000 again. And remember, you could only win once. Some people are trying to apply again and they slip through or whatever. So please don't, because you're taking advantage of, only one time, and try to share the wealth around. And as long as we're making money, we're going to do that. By the way, don't forget we give out free computers too, free laptop computers. If you're trying to get help on a phone, no, you need a laptop. Let us send you one. And there's certain requirements. You have to try to get one for free yourself. I need a car, okay? We have, like in the, in Let's Go Help, we have a report that shows you the sources. A good place to start, if you're not a member, is go to free help. freehelp.org, is that what? 211.org or freehelp.org, and put in transportation and find the nonprofit organizations that help people who need transportation, fixing a car. That's not everybody, but that's a good start. For you to do that. And also your Career One Stop helps with cars, depending on where you live, because they want to make sure you have transportation to get to work. So that's why they help that. And all these things vary depending on where you live, city, state, county, all this stuff. Most of this stuff is local, it's not national. So there's not one place to go for free cars for the whole country, and that's what's important. Hello, sir, I'm from India. Can I get grant? No, all the grants here are for USA. And so it's not for because it's government money, So we don't help you buy housing in India, only here. God bless everyone. Thank you. Well, thank you, Tracy. It's tough out there, and we all get beat up, and that's what I see. Let's Go Help is the community. People are helping people. More than even I'm helping them. And that's right. But if you want me to answer a question, because I have some other people to help it, and what I'm doing now, we have two platforms. We have one called Let's Go Help, which is on Facebook, and Let's Go Help2.co. But if you belong to one, you get access to both. We have a lot of training that goes on Let's Go Help too, and other answering. We're grouped by states. It's a little nicer, but for me to do it, I'm on Let's Go Help on Facebook. So if you start a discussion on Facebook, I'm still answering every one of those. Okay, I could only answer so many of these things, So that's why so that's what's important. But if you're on Let's Go Help too, you have free access to our Let's Go Help group on Facebook, and ask me a question there. Tell me what you have to start a new discussion, because I'm going to lose it. That's why Let's Go Help 2, I don't know how to have it just for me, because there's so much craziness going on. But it's a lot of help. Everybody's helping everybody else there. That's what's so cool about that. And I just had a review from somebody looking at Let's Go Help 2 saying that we have one of the best groups on the whole network. We get more people are active on our network on Let's Go Help 2. We're like in the top 10% or something like that of everybody, and they got thousands and thousands of networks. We're just one network, and I don't even know what the hell I'm doing when I started that thing. I still don't know. Learning technology, it's always different. It's always, I studied computers 40 years ago or more, and nothing works that I learned anymore. So the technology changes everything. So how do you get the best out of the technology? Changes every day. And that's why, like younger people, they're not stuck in something they learned before and trying to make it work again. It won't. Everything's so different. Anything you learned 10 years ago doesn't work now. And it's almost with everything. And that's the problem I had trying to find out a way to make money again, feed myself. It took me about 10 years because I was successful in doing other things, writing books and stuff like that. And I had to get through my thick head that doesn't work anymore. And that's why we're more successful now than I've ever been doing this on the internet and putting a group. I mean, it's just, and I'm helping more people better. I sold millions of books, and I don't think I helped a fraction of what we're helping now on the internet, because we're able to, you're able to ask us directly what you need, tell us directly what you need money for, and then we show you the websites to start looking. Before, I would throw you this big book, 10,000 websites in it, and you got to figure it out. And then if that didn't work, what do? You went to somebody else and bought their book, and it didn't work. But now, if that doesn't work, you come back and ask us again. Hey, that shit didn't work, let's go. What should I do now? And that's what happens. You gotta fall, you have to fail. If you want to succeed, you have to fail. I mean, I had a computer company, one of my first businesses. My first two businesses failed before I got successful at it. And it was even a computer. I have an MBA in computer science back in the 70s. Right, exactly. That's Smithsonian stuff. The computer I learned on is in the Smithsonian now. An IBM punch card machine, but that's what life is. We have to keep changing, keep learning. You want to, I mean, you're not going to change society. I mean, you can, I guess, you'd be a politician or whatever. And that's an honorable profession if you want to do it. I'm not made for that. I want to use it to help people. Okay, what do we got here now? What do we have in society that I could show other people how to have a better life? Okay, how do you use society to improve your life? And that's, I think we all have to do, is if you want to improve somebody else's life, your life, that's up to you. But it's using what's there and how to use it. And even if it's made for something else, that they didn't see it, I will join. And you see the opportunity. I mean, that's what I see. I mean, I see, boy, look at the government calls it one thing, but hey, the average person could use it this way. They get a house for $1 instead of Urban Homesteading Act. Or hey, this is a way for you to start a business instead of training for a job. See, how would you know? You don't. You have to take time. You have to think. And Google, is a fire hose. There's no time to think. You put in, I want a grant for business, and you get 1 billion websites. What the hell are you going to do? You might as well commit suicide because you have no time to go through all this stuff. And all the stuff that you'll see if people just want your money, like me. I want $20 to show you how to do this. And that's the problem. And that's one of many, I'm sure. But even if you don't have $20, you go to letsgofreehelp.com, sign up for that, start learning the system. I have videos there, step by step. You want to start a business, it shows you who to talk to, who to call in your state to start a business. You want to buy a house or fix up a house or something. See the videos that are free there. It shows you who to call, who to talk to, and what's available in your state. See, most of this stuff is at the local level. It's not national. I mean, they're national programs maybe, but they're distributed locally. And then they're added money. Most of it is money from the federal government, then money from the state government. Like now, the rent grant money, there's a whole bunch of it that was from the federal government, but now states see that they have to give more money because people still need to pay rent and they can't. So now the local governments are making laws for that. So that's why if you look for a rent grant and they say, well, we have no more money, you're looking in the wrong place. Money, You have to look somewhere else and keep going. And that's it. And that's what I'm trying to teach people at Let's Go Help. I mean, my desire is that I should not be in business. People should realize what our government has, but the government will never get around to doing something like this. And I'm so happy that I lived long enough to try to do this, because I don't think I should do this. I mean, we all own it, right? So why isn't the government telling people about it? Well, I guess there's 1,000 answers to that. It doesn't matter. It's just that people don't know. So I'm going to do my part as much as I can to fix some of that. The Google topics searched only about 65 pages worth of results. Right, what are you going to do with 65? Yeah, so there's 100 websites on every one, so you got 6,500 websites that you have to check into. No, I mean, I'll show you a dozen. Call these dozen places, and that'll lead you something else that will really work. What's good? How to get set up with you so we can level up Atlantic City. I mean, letsgohelp.com, that's our service. It's $20 a month. You stay as long as you want, ask as many questions as you want. People help people there. We give out grants up to $60,000 a month. And we give out free computers, about 20 a month now. Since about 2000. Oh, Anonymous, yeah, I've seen you around. You're getting as old as I am. Yeah, always been great to my life and family, even down to my friend. Oh, that's awfully nice. Thank you so much. I mean, boy, there's nothing better I could do with my life than to hear that something I know did that. Jeez, so I'm going to do this till I fucking die. Everything else just sounds stupid. There's too many problems to help people, and helping people is very selfish because it makes you feel so good. So, and maybe that's just an old guy. I'm sure I didn't think that way. You know, when I was 30 or 40 years old, I was worried about eating more. I'm at the Google censorship censor. And so I'll be here for a while. I'm going to be 80 in a few months, I guess. Never thought this is what 80 means. Well, it's the best time of my life, and it's really because of your feedback. So I appreciate it very much. I mean, all the kind words I get. If you really knew me, you wouldn't say a lot of that stuff. But it warms my heart and keeps me alive and wanting to work harder to try to help other people's problems. And that's why we're all here, right? So I'll see you soon. Congrats on it. Yeah, it's coming to a theater near you too soon. Grateful to get there. My mom didn't get halfway. My dad, I guess he was about 83 when he died. Jeez, I don't feel that. I feel I have a 10, 15 more years maybe, I hope. If I'm healthy, that is. It's not fun if you're not healthy. That's why I do this every day. They were 59. That used to sound funny. Now it doesn't. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Letsgohelp.com or letsgofreehelp.com.